People supported him, and I can understand why. It was a good welfare state. People had free education, free health care.
However, all this came at the expense of personal freedoms. And of course, people were being executed, assassinated, tortured, tossed into acid baths. That was the price the Iraqi society paid.
If proof of the true nature of the regime is needed, it comes in July of 1979. President Ahmed al-Bakr has become little more than a figurehead, and according to Saddam's propagandists, too old and ill to govern.
In 1979, when Saddam felt time was right for him to take over, all he had to say is to tell the president, get out of my way or you'll be killed, and the president publicly resigned.
With al-Bakr safely out of the way, Saddam stages a stunningly theatrical event to purge the government of anyone who might possibly present the slightest challenge to his authority. And to ensure that no one misses the message, he has it videotaped. After a solemn introduction, Saddam mounts the stage and stands at the podium. He announces that there are traitors among us and begins reading off a list of names.
بدن فاضل مؤيد عبد الله طالب الصويرة اسماعيل النجار زهير يحيى مو زهير المريض زهير يحيى اللي بينكم.
The name of all 200 people in the hall is called out one by one. Was Ahmed a conspirator? No. What about Ismail? Yes.
His bodyguards will come, pull this guy from the crowd and take him out. And he was telling them, treat them with the edge of the sword, which means obviously kill them, slaughter them.
Here is Saddam smoking a big black cigar with a smile playing around his lips. No one knew who was going to be named.
These are not the ordinary victims of Saddam's police state, those who might have committed some small but fatal infraction. These are high-level officials who, for some reason or other, in the mind of Saddam, must be removed. Some protest their innocence, but are quickly hauled away. Others in the assembly begin to weep and chant proclamations to his greatness and declare absolute loyalty to his rule. They shout praises to the bold Saddam for finally taking the necessary actions and overcoming the only possible criticism of his infallible leadership: leniency and an excess of compassion.
From the several dozens of people who were picked up from that meeting, there were few who were released. One of those people was my uncle. He was picked up, tortured, and then released. Saddam has the tactic of releasing very few number of the people that he is about to execute, to use them to send a message to the outside world about his brutality and what could have happened if somebody done something against Saddam.
That was the key. Fear, real fear, deep fear that will keep everybody in check. And he delivers on his threats.